friends, my name is Lauren Jackson, the creator of Kids Ministry Circle. Kids Ministry Circle is a community for kids ministry leaders to be encouraged and equipped to love and serve the local church. Today, we are talking about the 4 principles to a pre-service huddle. Sometimes people call it a pre-service meeting or a pre-service rally or whatever you do before service begins to cast some vision, celebrate your volunteers, and talk about the upcoming Sunday. A pre-service huddle is incredibly important. It's a great tool to build community with your volunteers and to pray for the morning. Sometimes leaders lead one pre-service huddle at the top of the morning before their 2 or 3 services that day. And sometimes people lead a pre-service huddle before every service begins. Either way, I can't recommend a pre-service huddle enough. They set the tone for your morning and allow volunteers to see the big team that they are a part of, and it changes perspective. Oftentimes, huddles can lack intention and direction. Pre-service huddles are not meant to be 15 minutes of social time. That social time is important because everyone loves social time, but I found that when social time is mixed with training, prayer, encouragement, it serves your team so much better in the long run. Here are 4 key principles to a pre-service huddle. The acronym is WRAP. Like, wrap it up. It stands for welcome, reminders, announcements, and prayer. So let's unpack WRAP. The first one is welcome. This is your social time. As volunteers are entering into the meeting room, whether it's an open space or your large group room, or maybe you have a separate volunteer room, give them a couple of minutes to talk, to chat, to catch up. If you are serving food, which I also highly recommend in a pre-service huddle, this is the perfect time for people to grab a muffin or a breakfast taco. The next part is reminders. This is the part of your pre-service huddle where you train your volunteers. That's why they're called reminders, because all of your volunteers should have already been through a training process, should have already been onboarded, and sometimes they forget. They forget the bathroom policies, and they forget your lap sitting policy, and they forget that they need to sit with the kids during large group and not just congregate in the back. This is not a 20-minute training session. This is the part of the morning where you say a 1 to 2 minute reminder to remind your volunteers of a policy that you've once talked about and they just need a refresher. Here's an example. Welcome volunteers, I'm so glad that you are all here. As we go throughout this month, we are trying to focus on connecting with parents during drop-off and pickup. Ask their names, share what the kids learned, something funny that happened, or a simple have a great week. There is a really great example of a reminder training moment that you can use in your pre-service huddle. The third thing about WRAP is announcements, the A part. This section is perfect for upcoming events or things your team needs to know. Maybe you have a big fall training coming up, or maybe you have Easter Sunday signups happening that you need to announce to your team. This is where you put that in the pre-service huddle. This can be a training, a women's ministry event, a change of the curriculum, or welcoming new volunteers. Any announcement is welcome, but just don't forget to keep it short and sweet. The last but most important thing is don't forget to send your volunteers out by praying for their morning. I can't tell you how prayer and adding prayer to your pre-service huddle begins to change the culture of your volunteers. Sometimes you can use this time to pray for big things, but often you can use this time to pray specifically for volunteers. We've all been in that moment where our volunteers are hurting or going through a crisis. And you say, oh, I'll be praying for you this week, which is great. We all know that we're praying for our volunteers. But what if you chose to pray with them in pre-service huddle with everybody else? How special of a moment that would be. It's a beautiful thing to come alongside each other in prayer for one of your team members or for a family or for kids. And it serves as a reminder for all of us to be praying throughout the week. When you write down or remember prayer requests week to week, you'll begin to see how God answered them. You'll be able to report back the numerous ways God has worked in and through your team of volunteers. So that's WRAP. WRAP. welcome, reminders, announcements, and prayer. That is the 4 principles to your pre-service huddle. My word of encouragement to you is just start. Sometimes it may feel like people won't get up on time, or they won't show up, or they're consistently be late. And it takes a while. It takes patience. It takes perseverance to say, no, we're doing this. We value this as a ministry. So show up, invite your people, continue to remind them about your pre-service huddle, bring out the treats, and make it happen. Because I guarantee you, you will see the fruit of your pre-service huddle in and through your ministry on Sunday mornings. As a way to help you with this process and with the wrap principles in your pre-service huddle, we've created a PDF for you so that you can print this off and take notes, fill it in throughout the week, hand it to a volunteer for them to lead your pre-service huddle, or it will help you keep track of reminders and things to remember going into the following week. So we hope that this PDF is helpful. You can head over to kidsministrycircle.com/resources to download your copy today. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, if you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get more of these videos sent straight to you whenever they launch. If you want to keep the conversation going, we've got lots happening over on Instagram and Facebook. You can find us at Kids Ministry Circle, or follow us on our podcast, the Kids Ministry Circle podcast, or you can go to kidsministrycircle.com and find more resources there. I hope this video was helpful, and I can't wait to hear how you implement a pre-service huddle into your Sunday morning ministry. Thanks, friends, and we'll see you next time.